I would run a play, and I shouldn't have been tired, and I knew I shouldn't have been tired. But my heart would beat so fast, and I couldn't get myself to move my legs. And that's why I would be like, what is going on?
Jordan Culbreth had just started his senior year at Princeton University. He was captain of the football team, a talented athlete hoping to shine in his last year of college.
As the weeks went on, it started to get more intense. I started to get headaches. My fingers would start going numb. I was having trouble walking up the stairs, and it got to the point where it really broke me down emotionally.
Culbreth was diagnosed with aplastic anemia, a rare disease where the bone marrow stops producing new blood cells. The cure, a bone marrow transplant, but his only sibling wasn't a match, and there was no suitable donor in the National Registry, which experts agree is way too small.
Every year in the country, about 2,000 people die because they can't find a compatible bone marrow donor. And the National Organ Transplant Act, which is a federal criminal law, prevents the one thing that would make a dramatic impact on the shortage of bone marrow donors, and that's compensate them.
The Institute for Justice filed a lawsuit asking the federal courts to allow a pilot program that would compensate bone marrow donors. Senior attorney Jeff Rose says donors wouldn't be paid in cash. Instead, they would receive $3,000 in the form of a scholarship, a housing allowance, or a gift to charity.
We're not creating markets. We're not having highest bidder auctions for bone marrow or anything like that. What we want to do is offer fixed compensation to the most needed donors.
Experts say that finding a genetic match is difficult, especially for minorities. Too few people donate because giving bone marrow involves an invasive procedure to get the marrow out of the pelvic bone. Rose says bone marrow should be separated out of the National Organ Transplant Act because unlike other body parts like kidneys, bone marrow is renewable. But bioethicists warn that paying people for their body parts would encourage them to lie about having any underlying diseases.
They're after the money, they're after the compensation, whatever it is. And so they may not be as truthful or as honest with you about the whole situation.
But Jordan Culbreth says changing this law could mean the difference between life and death for people like him.
People don't realize when people need a bone marrow transplant, it's because their life is on the line. And the implications of them not giving their bone marrow, if they had been a match, are a lot more serious.